It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got Byron Murphy. He's now up to a 60-tackle season following his last performance. It's the Vikings and the Hawks, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like? Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Vikings led out by the rookie, J.J. McCarthy. Won the national championship at the University of Michigan. Wasn't asked to throw it a ton during that championship run, but very athletic, very impressive. And Greg, he's the guy for the Vikes.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
In motion, it's Jefferson. Play action now, it's McCarthy. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system. And when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win. So they're going to need more production, they're going to need more touchdowns, and they're going to need less turnovers. It's asking a lot. It's a big change from last week, but without it, I don't know if they can expect the results to ever change.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the veteran, Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
The Vikings offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Over the middle, that's the tight end Hawkinson.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He's going to tuck it and go. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
On the ground now with Jones. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it once more with Jones. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I can tell you firsthand as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And it's going to be 4th down. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are out to an early 3-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie linebacker. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver, and once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good, and the Seahawks move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. handoff. Jones. Past midfield to the 45. And they finally get him down. Good gain on the ground, but hold everything. Maybe a reason he got so free. Here's McCarthy. He connects with Jordan Addison. Here's a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's a run, and it's Jones. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll put Addison in motion. To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson.
Holding offense.
Now McCarthy. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
To the right side, this is Jones. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 13 yards on that pass play. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. That's to the sideline and pulled in by Jefferson.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. This is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hopkinson, his tight end.
Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And he's been a workhorse in the backfield this season, right there amongst the league leaders in rushing late in the campaign. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here comes 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On play action, here's Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Darnold again. That's going to be intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick 6.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a 2nd interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
On now for the extra point, here's Will Reichert. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the Vikings are in the lead by the score of 13-7. Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Seahawks offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Darnold. That is caught downfield by Kupp. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Once again, it's Walker. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
They'll run the toss with Walker. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Vikings. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment, uplifting for them. Big momentum builder.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense, you get yourself an easy touchdown, all of a sudden your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Open man is Jake Bobo. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end.
2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, here's Darnold. Nowhere to go, he is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And he will go all the way. Noah Fant, touchdown Seattle. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks are back within 6. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Again, it's Jones. Now, a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but
Holding.
usually
Offense.
that's a holding penalty. Throwing on second down is McCarthy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Third and long. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. Well, that is a fitting end to this drive. Nothing works. He loses yardage on third down. Here comes fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the big man, gets in there and takes him down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Open man, right side. He's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
On 3rd down, they go with Walker. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Vikings offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. A throw on the move is caught.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion. It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is McCarthy. That one into the hands of Jefferson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. So they come to the line for first down and 10. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. He keeps it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Second and a yard. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up third down. On third and a yard, it's McCarthy. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. So we come upon halftime, and the visitors, the Vikings, on top as we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. Now Walker. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one a gain of 18.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
2nd and 7. To throw is Darnold. It is brought in the end zone. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Seahawks.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in
the point after drop from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks have taken the lead by a point here in the 3rd. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Here's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. The question now, will the play stand? Ryan Kelly, the center, guilty there. On the handoff, Jones. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. In motion, it's Jefferson. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling.
One of the biggest challenges of playing zone defense is defending a quarterback when they break contain of the pocket. All the zones have to move along with the quarterback, and it is just a lot of stress put back there, and you're able to find a...
The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes. That's Jonathan Grenard busting in to record the sack.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This is Jones. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. This one is caught by Addison. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. That's going to wind up incomplete, but a penalty flag is down on the play. Let's see what that's all about. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with the tight coverage as he knocks it away. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Has his man Smith and Jigba working across the field. Big gain, and that changes the complexion of this drive all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Linebacker Ivan Pace up to make that play. They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Mekhi Blackman.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They run straight ahead with Jones. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Reek Woolen brings him down. They run it once more with Jones. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. 3rd and 6. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw, it's McCarthy. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
That's taken at about the 14. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The tight end Fant in motion. And he'll take this past the 30, a gain of 6, mark it at the 31. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
There's the big tight end, Fant. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Here now, 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
A big loss on the play.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So the pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. His kick is good. He got it. So it is still a 1-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now McCarthy. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. The Seahawks sending out their punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Vikings offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Play action now, it's McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And he's going to take this one all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. It's up and good. And the Vikings go up by 3. It's 27-24. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Darnold. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it with Walker. And he will have the Seahawks first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that love throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. There's that man again, another catch. A nice throw by the rookie out of Michigan. It's going to be good enough for a first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now a handoff. Jones. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Minnesota. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And this ball batted away and incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throwing on second down. Darnold connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. He'll try to run for it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down. Darnold now to throw. For the middle, it's Kupp. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll get this complete. It's Kupp again. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll go play action with Darnold. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and Justin Jefferson headed back onto the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Up the middle, here's Jones. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 2. On the give, it's Jones. And this will wind up a Vikings first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line. To the right side, this is Jones. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Kirsten Darrisaw, the first-round pick in 2021. Guilty that time. Now Jones. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Now Darnold. Toward the sideline. Taken in by Cup.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They have time to work with, but they have no timeouts. It's 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
They'll look to set up the screen here. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down. Darnold to throw again. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down?
The ball comes out! And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession. So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.